Hello, welcome to Am I the Podcast with me, Shubble, and H-Bomb, and we have
Oh, wait.
Guest. What?
You said me, Shubble, and H-Bomb?
There's a comma.
You said no. Doesn't a comma usually imply you make a verbal pause?
Yeah.
Was there not a long enough pause?
Me, Shubble, and H-Bomb.
Me, Shubble.
Me, Shubble.
Me, Shubble. Him,
Me,
H-Bomb.
Shubble.
And him, Sneak Snag.
Me, Shubble. I'll rebrand today.
Good.
I'm on it.
You'll be Snubble. You should change your, in-game avatar to, a Snubble, Shelby.
You should change your brand.
Yeah, you should just change up
Whole brand.
everything entirely.
Thinking about it.
Let's start reading some stories.
We also brought Sneak here because Sneak is married, and we're talking about marriages.
I am that. I did do that.
You're
You
the
did
married
thing.
guy.
I am the married guy. The guy
We
who
can
does
have you
it.
come back and read butthole stories about people that committed crimes and whether it was correct
Ooh. Yeah, I also
or
do crime.
incorrect. Yeah.
I don't do crime.
Wait, you do a crime?
I studied crime. I have a criminology degree for people that don't know, but yeah.
So
I
if
could do
you
that.
were to commit a crime, it's more likely you get away with it than anyone else. Tips and tricks.
Also, yeah.
Some tricks on crime.
My crime committing tips and tricks channel soon enough. I mean, in a way, I guess I kind of do it because I just sit there and I look at police interviews and I go, they're tricking you. They're tricking you. This is how they're tricking you. Don't do it. Majority of the time, the police will just bring people in that they think are suspicious and they'll find a way to make them suspicious. So you just kind of have to know your rights.
They should put that in school instead of calculus. Am I the butthole for forgetting something my wife asked for? We have this family tradition where we throw a big barbecue every first week of the month. It's like that way for all of us to come together, catch up, and chow down on some good grub. We have a large family. I have 3 brothers and 2 sisters, and as a whole, we're almost 19 people each barbecue. Now it was my turn to host this month, and honestly, I wasn't exactly thrilled about it. You see, I'm not the one who wears the apron in the house. That title goes to my wife, Alexandra, female 30. She's a wizard in the kitchen, a cooking genius, and she takes care of most of the housework, too. Me? I'm more the clueless sidekick in the culinary department. He mentions the housework, though, too, and just throws that in she's
Yeah, he
supposed
just
to do all of
throws in.
that.
She also does all of the other house stuff, by the way.
Yeah,
What
if
I'm just a
someone's-
useless sidekick, can't cook, can't
What do
help
you
at all.
do then? What do you do at home?
Yeah, if someone does all the cooking, you clean up after they're done. That's
There's
kind
a
of
balance.
Yeah.
Or something. Like anything, really.
I watch TV.
I keep the couch warm.
Why does my wife hate me?
My wife sucks. I hate my wife.
She doesn't want to watch One Piece for the 50th time. What the hell?
She only made it to episode 235 this time, and that's when it starts getting really good.
I'm going to post
Should
on
I
Reddit
cheat
about
on her?
this.
But here's the kicker. In my family, it's always the ladies who take charge of the cooking and
Oh,
baking.
here we go.
Change it.
It didn't take long to hate him without the help.
Here we go.
It's not a hard and fast rule or anything. It just sort of happens that way. My brothers, my dad, and I usually keep our distance from the kitchen. I guess the women in my family have some kind of secret pact, or maybe they're just better at it. Who knows? But it has always been this way. Even my dad doesn't allow us to help them. So he said it's not a rule, but also they're not allowed.
It's not a rule, but our dad doesn't let us help.
Yeah.
So it's definitely
dad
not.
It's so much not a rule that my dad
Our
says
dad
we
gets
can't.
Angy. I could totally see that they're just all listening to the dad.
Yeah, because they're sheep.
Yeah, right? Liberal. I don't know. That doesn't.
Yeah, what
I-
are they
I
afraid of
don't
getting
know.
in trouble? They're grown men
I'm more like a clueless sidekick in the culinary department.
in every department.
Learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says it just happened that way. That's because you were complacent and just the women doing all the work.
Right.
This is fine. You need to know how to do all of these things for yourself because at many points in your life, you're going to have to do these things for yourself.
Yeah, at many points you're just going to have to cook alone.
Even after you're married, maybe your spouse is sick and now you have
Yep.
to take over. I think my favorite part is that he opened the story with how they rotate who's in charge of the barbecue, and he was like, it's my turn this month and I'm not thrilled about it. He doesn't have to do anything though. He's complaining that it's his month to host it when he doesn't do anything.
Yeah, wait.
Yeah, I was
any
about to
work.
say, does hosting imply that he has to do it?
It's just at his house, I think. Anyway, back to the barbecue. Alexandra had been going all out making this mind-blowing dish for the family reunion, which, being completely honest, I don't quite remember what it was. Oh my god.
Awesome.
But here's where things took a turn for the worse. The day before the big event, I went to work as usual, but I had an immense amount of work, so I didn't pay attention to my phone. When I came back home, Alexandra comes up to me with a worried look on her face, and she asks if I got this spice she needed for the dish. I asked what she was talking about, and she was visibly upset, and we started arguing. For my luck, she had been messaging me to get this thing, and as I told you, I was busy. I don't know how you're at work the whole day and driving home, and you don't just look at what the messages were before you get there.
Yeah.
How do people not see anything on their phone? Like, I just don't believe it.
I have, whenever I stream, I have my phone away from me, not open, and then I'll open it like right afterwards because I get distracted very easily. Yeah.
Yeah, you can put it down like, I'm going to do this for an hour, and then whatever.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. My phone's not here. But like afterwards, I'm going to check it right away. Yeah.
Even like work time aside, there's no way. Didn't have a break, didn't take a lunch break, anything. Didn't look at his phone at all. And then went home, didn't look at his phone at all. In this day and age, this is 17 days ago.
If I was working a 9 to 5 and I went to the bathroom even for just 2 minutes, I would not miss the opportunity to look at my phone. I also just don't believe him that he said, I had an immense amount of work this time. Just more than normal, so I just didn't look.
All she's asking for is like one simple spice from the store. Yeah.
I was about to say, I thought it was going to be worse, but it's literally
just
a spice.
He still doesn't know what it was or what the meal was in the first place.
Doesn't know the food, doesn't even know the spice.
Do you know your wife's middle name? I want to know how important the spice might have been. It could have been a big deal or a little deal. I don't know.
Basil.
It was literally salt.
It's just salt. To give credit where it's due, Alexandra worked her magic and managed to salvage the dish. So that's why I wasn't worried, because she always comes up with a plan B. So, oh my God.
Oh, so that's why you're so lazy and didn't care. You get away with it every time. Yeah.
She always figures it out. It wasn't exactly what she had envisioned, but it still turned out pretty decently. All of my family loved it and complimented us. However, while she was working, I could see she was not looking good.
What?
So she did not look good.
What?
That's a weird way to say she looked upset. So I asked her if I could be of any assistance. She turned to me and started laying into me about being an utterly useless partner for not being capable of getting just that spice.
Valid.
Yeah. I talked with this with my siblings. All of my brothers agree she took it way too far, but my sisters, on the other hand, disagree, and they think I was the butthole. That's so interesting that all the men said no, but all the women said yeah.
What an awful
How did it happen like
culture.
That? I hate the way he wrote this story because it makes it sound like he's just a little clueless little guy. Like he's just an innocent, quirky little guy. I'm just such an idiot. Oh my goodness.
Right.
I feel bad for me. My thing is, how do you write this whole thing out and not realize while you're writing it, maybe I'm the butthole?
Yeah, how do you write this whole thing out and you can't, like, once again, you can't even recall the details of the story that upset her.
No, but if you say that, he'd be like, that's not important. What is important to you, sir?
One Piece.
This dude wants a mom. That's the thing.
Yeah,
he's mad
that's
because
what
he wants a mom, and so many people do.
That's how these dynamics happen.
Yeah, they don't want a partner. They want a mom.
Would one of you two like to read this one? It's a nice, quick, short one.
I'll do it.
How brave.
I'm a big boy. I put on my big boy pants this morning.
I'll read the tiny one. No reason.
Am I the butthole for refusing to do housework while my boyfriend goes to work even though I don't have a job?
Immediately sells themselves out in the title.
Yeah. It's like, what are you doing?
Not having a job.
I, 19-year-old female, have been dating my boyfriend, 25-year-old male, for 5 months now, and he's amazing. However, one disagreement we often have is housework. My boyfriend thinks I should do housework, seeing as he works 48 hours a week and I'm not in employment. Are you looking for a job?
Yeah, I'm wondering why they're not employed, but also sus on this, it's 19 and 25 is a gap.
It's definitely a concerning one. I guess, like, they've been dating 5 months.
Yeah, it's not like they've been dating for years, because that'd be really cringe.
Dude,
no, 19-year-olds
I'm
are
thinking
babies,
about 19-year-old me in college, like, throwing up in my sink after drinking too much Blue Moon. Like,
I didn't have a clue at 19.
Not an adult. Not an adult. No. It's fine.
But 25 is like
an adult.
Pretty adult.
Yeah. Well, I'm 26 and I don't really feel like it, but it's fine.
I feel like I'm 26. That's what I was before the pandemic started.
I feel like I'm 70.
Yeah,
I feel
like
70?
Definitely all paused a little bit.
I skipped forward too far. I'm an old man. Oh, no. I have always refused. We don't live together. Oh.
What?
Wait, what?
He wants you to do his housework in his house?
Oh, this changes things. This changes things quite.
Who asks for that?
We live in separate houses and pay separate rent. I afford rent through my university student loan. Oh, she's a student as well. Okay.
Okay,
She's 19.
Now I'm upset.
as well as tutoring and babysitting part-time. So in my opinion, I have no reason to clean his house when I have my own that I pay for. You have no reason to clean his house, period, if you don't live there.
Okay,
That's
so
so unreasonable.
She's not unemployed. She's part-time
student.
and also a student.
She shouldn't be describing herself as not in
I definitely feel like the
employment.
title's a little deceptive, but maybe that was the point.
Yeah, I would have included the don't live together part right away. That's insane to expect your partner to clean your whole separate house. He is just asking her to be a maid for free.
I'm telling you, dude, people want a mom.
Yeah, then go live with your mom.
Yeah, go live at home.
Yeah, baby.
Want a binky, little binky boy?
My boyfriend thinks it's unfair that I don't really work, yet have enough money to rent. In his eyes, I should do household chores for him because he is the breadwinner.
Breadwinner doesn't work when you don't live together.
Girl, leave. Go away.
Unfair that I don't really work. That's
Also
also
do
not
work.
correct.
You're a student.
Yeah, that's not right. Breadwinner, who says that after 5 months of dating a person?
Who says breadwinner, period?
Yeah.
If anything, when it's applicable, it's like you live together and also
Or you're
like
married?
you share money.
Yeah. It's a team. You're not you're not
Right.
competing against each other.
Why do you compete in your own relationship?
If he's the breadwinner so much, he should get and hire a maid
Get a maid.
for his own. Yeah.
Get a maid then, breadwinner.
When you said baby
That's a good
streamer, I was like ready to go like, here comes the airplane, baby streamer.
That's how you keep my attention while I'm streaming. I have like a window with Subway Surfer just on while I'm streaming. Keep my
No
attention.
way you do.
No. I'm joking.
I was about to be real worried.
The thing is, I don't see him as the breadwinner. He doesn't pay for my rent. We aren't married, and I'm still in education.
Yep,
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah.
Winning bread for who? He's not giving her money.
And she's also literally working. She's literally working.
She literally is working. She's been gaslit to think that her work doesn't count.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I babysat once my nieces, and I was so stressed out and had anxiety the whole time that I might accidentally kill them for no good reason. I would never do
my
it
God.
again.
Oh, I'm super excited for my kid. My anxiety is going to go crazy.
You should do a, like, what is the announcements? Like the blue or pink color and then, like, accidentally burn down an entire forest?
You should do one of those.
I can't tell if I'm being unreasonable. I cook for him and occasionally help with chores, but I refuse to be a full-time maid for him. Then again, he works so hard, whereas I only work a few...
Oh, he's gaslighting her.
Yeah, how much did she get
Cooks for him
gaslit?
too.
Gaslighting for sure.
Yeah, he sucks. That's kind of just, like, there's nothing in here that says he's gaslighting her, but we can just tell from
Oh.
the sentences that he's gaslighting
She's been
her.
manipulated.
Yeah.
I think he doesn't respect you and you should break up.
Yeah.
Poor girl is 19,
Right.
working her 2 like side jobs and
Sounds
being
like
a
she's
full-time
working
student.
her butt off to
I
make
feel
it work.
bad. And
Right.
she's cooking for him.
You're too much of a baby to like grow up, so you just like go after people way not in your age group because it's easier for you to just be immature. Wash your dishes.
Dishes. Before this video continues, I have a very special announcement. Have you ever wanted to have a little version of me that you can keep in your pocket and bring with you anywhere you go? And maybe an even littler version of Star? Well, now you can. I have a U2s coming out on August 8th. Got me, I got my crown, my overalls, and a little Star-Lord at my feet. There will be a limited supply, so once it's out, you're not going to want to wait. But there's also going to be a giveaway on U2's social media accounts, so make sure you give them a follow too. All right, we're going to go hang out, and you guys enjoy the rest of the video. Am I the butthole for making my children marry each other?
What? What?
Oh.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Based
I don't
on
think-
that, yeah. I'm a 42-year-old male, a single father of my 20-year-old son. As single as I was for the past 10 years, I realized that somehow I could feel attraction to another man. That led me to a love relationship with my now currently husband, an ex-police officer, 48-year-old male that you can call Ed. He is very kind and charming. We met and became friends when he was the officer that was handling my son when he got in trouble. My son had gotten into trouble, quite personal, but I can say that Ed had been trying to help me, believing that my son could change, as he was found with a possession of drugs.
Not a drugs.
Drugs! And helping Josh, my son, rehabilitate. Things turned out fine, until now. I had a private wedding with Ed, not under registration or anything in my old age. I don't have many relatives that would even care if I married another man, so we literally just exchanged rings and live together and call ourselves married. A few months passed, and Ed mentioned about having children, so I mentioned about adopting, yet he refused. He wanted his own flesh and blood child. Now, I wouldn't have agreed if he said he wanted to impregnate another woman or some sort just for a
I'm
baby.
getting scared.
But I do want a child. It's been ages, and the only one I had was Josh when my wife passed away, but adoption is not on our page of agreement, nor will I agree to let him or myself be with another woman just for a night to make one. I don't think anyone really thinks of that as the option.
I don't think anybody's asking if that's what he's going to do.
Anybody asked? Our money wouldn't make it much to hire a surrogate either. As I said before, he's an ex-police officer, retiring early because of a few things.
Oh, I wonder what makes a cop retire early. Either he tried to not act like a cop, or he acted exactly like a cop. Yeah, exactly like a cop.
You see, Ed was previously married too. Through divorce, he had 2 daughters and 1 son, but all his children followed his ex-wife.
I wonder why.
Well, I myself have a 20-year-old son, now healthy and free of drugs, thankfully. One of Ed's daughters, we'll call her Ellie, is currently in our town, and we were thinking that if Ellie and Josh could have a child together, well, they don't have to make it serious or anything.
That's
so
weird. That's so
But wait, but the title says he
weird.
asked his children to marry each other.
That's so weird. There's
They
no
don't
way
have to make
this
it serious or anything.
There's 0 ways to make this not weird.
You don't even have to look at each other.
Cool. We could turn off the lights if that helps. All right, keep going.
And if she gave birth, just skipping over the whole being pregnant for 9 months, and if she gave birth, we would have the child as our own. It was fantastic. Ed said that Ellie just broke up with her boyfriend and isn't close with her mother. Due to that, she's also low on cash.
What the?
What?
She's single, not talking to her mom, and broke. I don't like that he includes that she's not close with her mother, so like,
oh, she's a vulnerable position. Perfect.
so creepy. So she's getting paid. What's Josh getting out of this?
Sex.
Sex with his stepsister.
How are there 2 people having a conversation about this as if it's reasonable? This is also not the same thing as having a surrogate, because surrogates, you pay them money to have a baby,
Yeah,
but
this is
no one's having
way
sex with
different.
them.
Yeah.
We can raise money to pay her and Josh. Mostly we'll obviously go to her and then have our dream baby, possessing both of our genes, which is fantastic. So to that, Ed talked to her about it. Though she seems reluctant, the money count did give her a positive remark about the plan.
Oh, wow. Yeah, let me go through an entire year of, like, effort.
They really skimmed how rough 9 months of pregnancy is.
Yeah, well, I'm not
They
surprised.
said they just have to have sex and then we'll have a baby.
I'm not surprised 2 men don't grasp that.
Even if they have sex one time, they're not guaranteed to get pregnant off of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
why are
also,
they acting
yeah.
like it? Yeah, wait. I made you. That was only one time. Only had sex with my wife once. They brought it up to the daughter, and she did make a positive remark. But she's a victim here because she's broke. If she wants, she can even stay with us until she gives birth. I also want that to ensure the health of the baby, and of course hers too, as I am her father now.
Why does he have the dots? Like, that he's not...
Yeah, he's putting little... Let me read it again with the ... To ensure the health of the baby, and of course hers too, ... As I am, ... her father now. The problem lies with Josh. He completely refused my offer and called me crazy, saying that him and Ellie is now stepbrother and stepsister, and said that he couldn't believe how I'm trying to make him have sex with her.
Yeah!
Yeah! It is crazy! They were basically strangers. Not to mention, all he had to do was give us his sperm. It would be more radical if I were the one...
Give it over!
It'd be more radical if I were the one to impregnate her.
Why would you bring this up? Why
No
would
one
you
said
even...
that that's the other
there's
option.
nobody.
Nobody.
Not a soul.
If he didn't want to be sexual, we can have his semen planted in her at the hospital instead. I thought the whole point was that you couldn't afford a surrogate.
Yeah, I thought they were saying they didn't want to do that.
Where did this money come from suddenly?
No,
also, they said they were
could
going to pay her.
afford it.
They're going to pay her less because she's broke.
Oh, yeah, that's probably true. We're going to be good parents.
We're such good dads.
That's
We're
so
historically
true.
good dads
That's
already.
so true.
I had helped Josh ever since he was little. I was with him when he was having a hard time and did my duty as his father, even for the drugs thing. I never really expected him to take care of me.
Oh, cool.
Since he will build his own family one day, I have Ed, myself too. So I was just asking one thing from him, yet he refused. I don't like the way he says, I helped him ever since he was little. You were his dad, you mean. You just did your job as his dad.
You mean you did what you signed up for
I
when
helped
you
him.
had a child.
It's just that instead of hiring a surrogate on our own, a complete stranger to do this, it would be more efficient for them to help us. As Josh and Ellie, I feel like I could never hang out with my parents and their kid.
No, I'd be so uncomfortable.
Never again. Oh, yeah, imagine the 2 kids.
We're your siblings. Biologically, their grandchild, their kid's kid. But then, I don't know how you'd put it, socially, they're all siblings? Like raised as
Yeah.
siblings?
Yeah.
That's so uncomfortable. Though she agreed, Ellie still told her brother, sister, and mother about it, which made them angry and bewildered somehow.
Somehow.
Did you think she'd keep it a secret?
What do
Yeah.
you mean somehow?
That's exactly the way he phrased, somehow I'm gay. How are these things happening? I don't know what the rules are of, like, I don't know that you can just walk into a hospital and bring your own sperm and they'll just put it in a woman for you.
Also true. I don't
I
think
don't
you
know
can.
that that's how that works.
Is this Game of Thrones?
All right. Thank you for listening to Am I the Podcast. Thank you for joining us, Sneeg.
Yeah.
And we'll be back for another one on another Monday.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Yay.